Shawnee, before we get rocking and rolling, do me a favor, give some love to our amazing PFC ring girls. They're working hard for you. More MMA coming your way right now, my friends. This bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in the PFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he is a mixed martial artist holding a perfect 2-0 record. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at even 169 pounds. Fighting out of Wichita Falls, Texas. Presenting Zack Gladiator Bownds. And his opponent across the PFC cage, fighting out of the red corner. He is a striker, holding a record of 2 wins and 1 defeat. Standing 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Poto, Oklahoma. This is the Hitman, Gaven Woodard. Your referee in charge of the action, Liz Guerrero.
Gaven Woodard's fired up.
Heck yeah, he is. Got me fired up over here.
Let's fight.
A little fake glove touch, slap. I don't know what that was. Huge shots from both guys early.
These guys got to settle down a little bit.
Bownds throwing huge shots. Let's see if they can settle in a little bit. Nice kick there. Bownds looking for a headlock.
Big knee from Woodard.
Bownds finds a takedown, but it looked like Woodard is throwing on a guillotine. Not able to get it. Oh, Woodard trying to frame that out for that triangle. He does. He gets that triangle over.
Yeah.
Bownds in a tough spot here. Woodard looking to lace that triangle up, drive into the fence, trying to use that as a partner to rip out of that triangle.
He's doing a good job of trying to shake free. Woodard having a hard time locking up that triangle. And right to mount is Bownds.
Yeah, Bownds does a fantastic job of transitioning. Big shots here, but Woodard using his legs and his length to...
He's going to attack a
great attack here.
I think the fence kind of negated anything.
Yeah,
he was
it looks
really
like Bownds is already cut, by the way. Yeah, I think he's already bleeding pretty heavy there from the top of his left eye.
Yeah.
With 1:30 left here in our first round. Woodard finding himself on the end of the wrestling of Bownds.
Oh, good step around by Woodard.
Yeah, 1 hook in though. Not quite there on the back securing yet. Bownds trying to grab the head or the shoulder and peel him back down. Doing a good job of circling into that leg. Now he's in a good spot, but he's got to be careful here. He needs to pop that head out and keep following it around so that he doesn't get that armbar or that Kimura attempt. And a great transition from Woodard, looking for the finish. Super tight armbar. Bownds letting it overextend. Rolling back up into it, right into a triangle though. Woodard now looking for that attack, going into the opposite side. He has the bolt lock finish, which is the opposite side lock. No, he has the correct triangle finish, excuse me.
That was an awesome transition to that armbar.
Super tight triangle and armbar here though. Bownds not out of trouble. Woodard stacked and alleviating a little bit of the pressure as Bownds, but still in that triangle attempt.
Yeah, he's got to get out of there.
10 seconds left here, short time in the first round. Woodard throwing up a lot of submission attempts.
Action-packed first round from these two guys.
Yeah, absolutely, and I would say, you know, looking to your comment coming out of the first round to begin, it looks like Bownds is looking to use his grappling, and Bownds is looking rough.
He's hurt over there. He's like, that squeeze may have been on. He may have been kind of in and out of consciousness if Woodard was squeezing that triangle. When they get Bownds to the stool, he seems to be recovering. Woodard, kind of like the other tall guys, you know, not using his range, you know, killing his range by rushing forward.
You know, I'll always say one of the things as a shorter fighter I have found was very difficult to deal with is when guys who are taller didn't try to actually hit me in the head, but in my chest or my neck, punching down at me. So if they do miss, I can't go underneath them and around them, and they can frame me away.
Right.
Love to see taller guys do that, especially as they're moving into the range, so as not to over pursue. But Woodard moving right over and taking the center of the cage. Bownds misses a huge overhand.
It's so exhausting to miss huge shots like that, too.
Woodard looking for his shots now, but gets caught with an overhand. Bownds throwing wildly.
Woodard needs to just put the pressure on, and he could finish this fight. I don't know if Bownds is tired or if he's hurt.
Well, again, Woodard finds himself back in this clinch position. Looking for a trip.
He needs to just push away and use his range on this fence. Land some big shots.
Yeah. Onto the back is Woodard. Hooks in. Got to be careful here, though, when we're still in the air. And Bownds just too tired to do anything. Collapses down. That wrist ride is very nice from Woodard. Woodard looking for that triangle, but not quite on the back. Needs to be careful that Bownds doesn't turn back up into him. He's got that rear naked choke on. Rear naked choke on again, it looks like. It's like kind of to the side.
Angle. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. His legs are long enough to keep the triangle, but he wasn't quite on the back. Now he's secured himself on the back. Now he's in a good
Bownds
spot, but he slides him off.
But Bownds down here, he's going to be in trouble again, right back into this triangle position.
Halfway through our second round. A lot of grappling exchanges. And this is really best for Bownds. He looked like he was really tired coming out of that first round. Being able to stay on top and make the guy on bottom work more is going to work to his advantage. Needs to do something offensive with it, and that's where he's having a hard time. Woodard throwing up submissions, but Bownds again passing on the back, looking for his hooks.
And Woodard rolls through.
Some really good grappling exchanges occurring here, even though these guys are exhausted. And as I always tell the guys at my gym, the sweat gods are being called upon right now.
Yes.
Men are slipping in and out of things they shouldn't.
He's going to work for this triangle again. Such long legs.
He's working that long, kind of modified mission control. He's like forcing his foot into that. Bownds crashing through, though. Gets to side control. 30 seconds left. Really needs to do something here. Woodard doing a good job of working his guard back up, though. Snaking back through.
Bownds in half guard, but not working enough. He needs to try and do some damage in these top positions.
Yeah, and you even hear his corner just as you say that. We got to do some damage. So with 10 seconds left, looking to land anything.
Even with those few shots that Bownds landed at the end of the round, I have a hard time giving it to him. Just, I mean, look at body posture. You know, Woodard was attacking off his back the entire time, pretty much.
Yeah, I do think the first round is Woodard. The second round, I want to agree with you, but he was able to just stay on top for like a minute and a half. I think 1 or 2 punches there through the course of the round, and then he landed a little flurry there at the end.
Yeah.
But I think what more to your point is just, again, Bownds looks exhausted. He's having a hard time getting off the mat. Woodard needs to do a better job of not overextending into those clinch positions. Just stay at range. Keep throwing.
Yeah, that's that's kind of been like our
now. The fear, of course, is though he has been caught with a couple overhands, and doesn't matter what anybody's striking looks like. When you get hit with overhand, it still hurts.
That's right. That's
you
right.
know, when the world goes black and then turns back on again, you respect any man.
That's right.
So these guys find themselves in a third round war, really a war of attrition. Let's find out if Bownds can
Woodard
keep
is
pushing forward.
Definitely the fresher of the two. Big right hand. See, this is where he needs to be, right here, doing just like that. Bownds come forward, slide back.
Big knee inward. but
right
gives
to the takedown.
And Bownds on top again.
He makes,
2 minutes, 30 seconds of work left for him.
He made Bownds' job easy for him by stepping in like that. He could have just stayed at range and landed some shots.
But herein lies the other issue. Bownds might stay here for another minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But will he put any attack? Woodard throwing up submissions. Woodard throwing punches. Woodard looking to advance the position. So a little ground and pound here is going to go a long way for Bownds. And it looks like he's starting to get that pepper off. That's what I like to see. That's what we need. Doesn't need to be crazy.
No, it just needs to be
keep
active.
it scoring.
It
Keep it scoring. Keep it scoring. You're winning right here, but you're only winning when you're punching. Keep those punches coming. Yes. Keep them coming.
He's going to look for a Kimura over here. Woodard is.
Yeah, Woodard got it laced.
Yep.
Can't quite get that hand all the way through.
He needs to rip it off and then go over the back with it. Oh.
Driving that triangle again.
I think he was thinking triangle the whole time.
Yeah, yeah, we were thinking. He was like, yeah, I'm just going to bait that. And then looking for that hip bump sweep. Bounce just too heavy for that, though.
Then Bounds content with staying right here.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the kind, I mean, it can be boring as all be out, but Bounds will win this round here if he can stay here and keep the damage going. Woodard can win this round if he keeps these submission attempts up and gets a sweep or a motion from here. It can all really be dictated on like what the best attack ends up being from here. And right now, 1 minute left, it's anyone's game.
But it has to be a legit submission attempt, right?
Yes, it needs to be a very legit. In my opinion, it needs to be almost a finished submission attempt.
Yes,
yeah,
agreed.
He's trying to work that up. He's using kind of that modified mission control where he's using his other hand to feed.
Yep.
And the ref is going to stand them up, which no work from Bounds. Bounds physically exhausted, barely able to stand. Just showing the grit and the toughness is Bounds. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you.
Bounds.
This is grit right here. Just Woodard throwing.
Bounds landing.
20 seconds left in this just war of attrition.
Oh, Bounds in a bad position right here, though. Big knee from Woodard.
Well, Bounds showing why grit and toughness and the heart of a fighter really matters.
Oh, yeah.
Because say what you want about that fight, Bounds is right in that. I don't know how the judges are going to see that fight, man. I would not be surprised if you see a split decision for Bounds. I would be more likely to believe that Woodard won that fight by a split decision, possibly unanimous if the judging is not seeing damage from the takedowns.
Yeah.
But don't be freaked out if they call out Bounds, because he just dog fought his way from the first round to the end of that.
Yeah, he did.
The whole way. And Woodard really thought he was going to be able to get a finish at some point, I feel like, and just could not put the grit of Bounds away.
And I think Woodard is going to be frustrated or disappointed when he goes back and he watches this fight about like I said, doing Bounds, making Bounds' job easy for him by just closing that distance for him. When you're that big and that range and that long and you're landing at distance, you can stay at distance, and then if you want to close the distance and get the takedown yourself and get it back, then you could take it down on your own terms. But running in and just closing that distance on your own for Bounds to grab you and take you to the ground.
Well, looks like not as close as some of our other decisions. Judges already have our decision, so let's bring it in here for our decision with Chad.
Shawnee, y'all know what to do. Give these fighters some love. That was awesome. They're putting it all on the line for you. That's what you can expect from PFC. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored 30-27 for your winner by way of unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, the Hitman,